Are you kidding me? Kevin Nolan sacked by Northampton Town. My reaction to episode number 3. This is what I think it means and what it could mean for the club going forward. Personally, I'm glad Nolan's gone. The football he was playing wasn't good enough. We weren't getting the results. It's as simple as that. Football is a results business. And with the Cobblers second from bottom in League One, albeit with enough time to be able to get the points needed to stay up, something had to change. Personally, I think the whole coaching staff has to change. I'm done with this Ian Sampson, Mark Richards, Colin Calderwood stuff because they're club legends. They need to change. You bring in a new manager, you let him have the coaches he wants, even if it costs you an arm and a leg. You let a manager have the coaching staff he wants. That was one of the biggest issues I thought with Kevin Nolan. He wasn't able to bring in any coaches he wanted. He had to work with Samo and with Rico, which is always going to hurt you if you don't know them very well. We had a good end to the season last season after John Brady left. Nolan kept us up. We finished 16th or 17th, I think it was. And everybody was positive. Coming into the new year, or the new season, started off well. We were 10th after about what I think was 15 or so, or 20 games or something. And then Christmas came. And something happened, whether it was behind the scenes or just in terms of for the club. Ethan Wheatley went out after his loan deal. Man United recalled him, which meant we lost a big player. A player who was scoring goals for us and creating chances for us. And from there, it's just been downhill. Nolan seems to have lost the backing of his players. He seems to have he's now lost the backing of the board. And he's lost, ultimately, his job. Because the board hasn't got enough money to bring players in, which has been an issue. If you're a Northampton fan and you're watching this, you'll know it's been an issue for years. We've probably got one of the smallest, if not the smallest, budgets in League One. And not having the ability to bring in players you need is a big issue. Not having the money to be able to bring them in is massive. I mean, you've got the likes of Mitch Pinnock, Aaron McGowan, who, yes, they left because of other reasons, but they will have left probably because the club wasn't able to or wasn't willing to pay their wages for this season. And those are two massive losses. I mean, you now look at the squad. We're struggling at right back and we're struggling at centre attacking midfield. We've not got anyone really that is as creative as Pinnock. We've not got a leader like we did McGowan. They're two massive misses. And this all comes back to the point of the Cobblers have struggled to hold on to their big talents. Okay, so Sam Hoskins, for example, our star winger, everybody would say our club legend. He's the only player we've got that was there when we got promoted to League One originally. Okay, so in 2017, when Wilder got us promoted to League One, he's the only player that's still there. Now, what that means is there's been a lot of players in and out of the door. And what normally happens is the Cobblers will try and sign players from the league below, bring them up to the league above and hope they're good enough. It worked last season. It hasn't worked this season. And that's enough. Kelvin Thomas, wherever you are, if you're watching this, I doubt you will be because I'll probably get about 5 views. But Kelvin Thomas, if you're watching this, you need to start investing in the club more. Forget the stadium. No one cares about the stadium. No one could care if we've got 4,000 people in attendance at a game. You need to start investing the money into the football team. That means investing transfer budget into the players, into the team. That is half the reason Kevin Nolan has been sacked. Is because he couldn't bring in the players he wanted to bring in because we couldn't afford it. He had the whole summer to be able to bring in players and no one would let him because we haven't got the money to afford him. January, we signed two Forest midfielders from the under-18 side. Admittedly, one of them has scored in the Virtue Trophy semi-final, but that wasn't enough. And do you know why? Because Nolan had to play this brand of football that was not good enough. Whether that's his philosophy or because of the players he's been given, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is the Cobblers need to improve. Okay? Whoever we bring in for the next 10 games, whether it be Calderwood who tries to steady the ship for the next 10 games and the board are hoping it gives the players a bounce and they survive, or someone else. I do not care who we bring in, but the point remains, their first job is to try their best to keep us up. And B, if we go down, we need a complete rebuild in the summer. I'm talking get rid of almost everybody. Bearing in mind the fact that some of our players, for example, Nesta Guinness-Walker, Tom Eves, possibly Cameron McGeehan, are League One quality. They will all go to better teams if we get relegated. So that's a loss of your left back, your centre midfielder, your striker. And who do we go and bring in? 17-year-old Jack Vale, who I admit has been a revelation. He's been very good. But you cannot survive in League One with players who haven't played senior football before. It just doesn't work like that. The Cobblers are in trouble. And personally, as a Cobblers fan, I'm worried. Because all of a sudden you drop down to League Two. You think League Two is going to be a breeze. And it's not. And you drop down to the National League. And from there, the Cobblers will be in deep trouble. Not only as a football team, but financially. And we cannot let that happen. So whoever comes in for the next 10 games, whether it be Calderwood, whether it be someone else, whoever it is, they need to right this ship. Even if it means we don't stay up. What's got to happen, from my opinion, is three main things. Number one, you have to change the system. We cannot play the same football we've just played under Kevin Nolan, because that will get us relegated for definite. Number two, have the fans backing. The fans at the Cobblers are one of the most loyal fan bases I've ever seen. They stick by a manager until the very end. Okay? You have to stick by the fans. You have to make the fans want you to win. They want you to succeed. Okay? And that means creating a good rapport with the fans, creating a good relationship with the players as well. Number three, and this is a really crucial one for me personally, is that this manager has to make use of our best assets. You cannot play Tom Eves up front in a one-striker system when he is clearly a target man who nods balls down for people to run off. You have to get the formation and the system right if you want us to stay up. Number four is just win as many games as possible. If we get relegated, it's by the by. We have to improve our results, and that means winning as many games as we possibly can of the next 10. And number five, which is the last one of my points, but number five is just steady the ship. Create this atmosphere where it's positive all the way through. Even if we get relegated on the last day or on 2 games before or 5 games to go, it has to be a thought process of, okay, we got relegated. Let's go and smash League 2 next year and get ourselves back up into League 1 where we belong. For too long, the Cobblers have sat by and let other teams take advantage of their poor budget management, their poor financial situation, their poor football on and off the pitch. Shouldn't happen anymore. The Cobblers need to improve. That is the fundamental. The team need to improve. Getting rid of the manager was the right move. But now it's what's next for the Cobblers, and can they make the right decisions? Can they bring in the right managers? Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it's been a bit of a weird one. It was a little bit of a rant more than anything. There may be, depending on if I can get it set up, there may be a Cobblers rebuild coming. So just hang tight for that. I appreciate everyone watching. Subscribe to the channel if you've not seen a video like this before. And leave a like on the video so that I know you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and peace.